What is up, guys? Welcome back to the KC Sports Memes podcast. This is Megatron. I'm here with Tony and Marvin. Drew could not make it tonight. But how are you guys doing?
Pretty good. It's good to be back.
Good.
It's been a while. Been pretty busy lately. Still pretty busy, so this podcast probably won't be as long as our other ones usually are. But we wanted to get back on here, get back into the swing of things a little bit, and just talk sports. This will be covering more sports than we usually do. Also, we got a good show lined up. We'll talk about the NBA for a little bit. We'll talk about the NFL and some of the advances there, some of the trades that we haven't gotten to talk about since we haven't been doing this. And then also the MLB as they're starting back up. But before we get into things, I'd like to take a minute to talk about a company that reached out to us, Phoenix. That's FNX. They sell supplements, gear, apparel. I use their stuff all the time. I've never been disappointed with their products or their customer service. But yeah, so they gave us a promo code to give you guys to get 15% off your order. That's FNXKCSM at phoenixfit.com. Check them out. Like I said, highly recommend them. Personally use them. All right, so jumping into it, NBA. Just got done with the All-Star game, but before we get into that, I want to talk about the Nets. Now, I'm not super into the NBA, not as much as Tony, but a lot of sarcasm there. But it's obvious that the Nets are trying to build the next super team. The Nets now have Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, Blake Griffin, along with others. That's not even to list some of the smaller name guys compared to those guys, but that are still big names in basketball. As I said, this seems to be the start to a new super team, kind of like we saw with the Warriors. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
Where are they getting all that money for starters?
Yeah.
Aside from the money, though, I'm still not buying into the hype of the Brooklyn Nets. I just that's a lot of big names, but in all the years James Harden was with the Rockets, he never once took them to the finals. Kyrie only made it to the finals when he had LeBron during his time with the Cavs, and Griffin has never been to the finals as far as I know. And KD he joined the Warriors. I think that's self-explanatory. He didn't get it by himself. So I'm not buying into the Nets hype. They do look like a super team, but I don't see them making the finals. That's just my thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll make, they're 24-13, so I mean, they're obviously a good team. But no, I agree. I need to see more from them because I mean, a lot of those guys are offensive players. Not really big defensively. I mean, especially guys like Harden. So I think, yeah, they'll score a lot, but will they be able to keep it up, defensively? I think adding Blake Griffin will help with that some, but I'm interested to see, where they'll go from here. As I said, the All-Star game was a few nights ago. Dunk contest, Anthony Simons won it when he almost kissed the rim on his dunk. He got so high up in the air, and he almost did it. He was frustrated with himself, still won the dunk contest off of that. You had the skills challenge, Sabonis winning that after coming in second last year. Three-point contest, Steph Curry showed that he is still one of the best three-point shooters in the game, winning that. And then the All-Star game itself with Team LeBron versus Team Durant. Team LeBron winning that 170-150. A super high-scoring game. Really fun to watch. You had them scoring about 60 points just in the second quarter alone. Steph, Lillard going off, hitting multiple half-court shots. and then Giannis Antetokounmpo getting the MVP there. But yeah, overall, NBA season's looking great, allowing fans back in there. Me being here in Memphis, getting to go to one of the Grizzlies games. Grizzlies looking all right this season, but 76ers topping out the West at 24-12. And the Utah Jazz, which me and Marvin were both surprised about them actually being up there at 27-9, being the best team in the NBA right now, record wise. I know Marvin said before we started this that Drew was making fun of him a little bit for that, but yeah. So NBA season, I know that you're not as into it, Tony, but what are your guys' thoughts on the NBA season as a whole? Being able to have fans back, being able to actually see them play.
I gotta say something real quick. I'm looking at the stats. I had no idea that the Phoenix Suns were right behind the Utah Jazz at 24-11. What? The Suns? The Lakers are behind. The Lakers are behind the Suns and the Jazz. What? Okay, I just found that out, so that's a live reaction. What was your question? How am I feeling about stuff? Fans coming back is pretty cool. Wow, 24-11. That's crazy. I really forgot what your question was. What was your question?
Well, Suns have Booker, who, especially during the bubble of last season, was doing insane. They have 8, and they added Crowder, from the Grizzlies. Yeah. So they've got good players. So yeah, that kind of shows to the fans listening that we don't always keep up with the NBA as much as we do NFL. But yeah, so just as a sports fan in general, maybe not the biggest NBA fan, but how do you feel about just sports being back? I guess being able to see fans, even if it's not at full capacity yet. What do you guys think?
I think it's a good step in the right direction, and it does feel good to have sports back. And I'm looking forward to seeing what the Suns and Jazz can do, I guess, since I didn't know they were relevant this year. What about you, Tony? I'm still speechless. I got nothing.
He's also speechless.
Concerning, I guess, as a sports fan, I've never been to an NBA game, so I'll maybe try to go at least once in my lifetime. I think it's cool that sports is opening back. I guess this is not basketball, but it's football. Alabama coming back to this season with football coming back to full capacity. That's 100,000 plus people, and so hopefully this is a start of something. With basketball, with football, baseball, things like that. Just as a sports fan in general, people are going to be excited for that. Just to be able to go to a basketball game, just to be able to go to a baseball game in the middle of the day. It's back to normal.
Yeah. No, it's really nice. Talking about football, we can go and jump to our next topic, the NFL. I know that's kind of what we're all focused around. That's kind of our big sport, I guess, that we all have in common, that we know the most about. And so obviously we're still going to talk about it. Plus there's a bunch of off-season moves that have been going on. Just real quick with the Chiefs updates, Schwartz and Mahomes look to be improving from their surgeries, from their injuries. So that's great to hear. Look forward to getting Schwartz back. I definitely noticed him not being there and the Super Bowl. That offensive line, I believe Tardif is going to be back as well this season. So getting that line back will be nice. But a big part of what I want to talk about on the show is the trades and the new teams of some of these players. Now, I have 2. You guys can list more after this. The first one is the Lions-Rams. This happened soon after we said we were going to take a break from this, and this was probably one of the biggest trades in a while, is just having two pretty big-name quarterbacks switch teams. Goff and Stafford, switching teams there. What do you guys think on that? And who do you think got the better end of the deal? Who do you think will succeed the most from this?
Tony.
I think it wasn't it the Rams that got the draft picks as well? Or was it the Lions that got the first round?
Lions got the
Lions.
pick.
Okay.
Rams
Well,
just got
still,
Stafford. That's it.
Okay. Still, I think the Rams won this. I think the Rams did. Jared Goff. No. Matthew Stafford, again, look at the team that is around. He's got a great defense, if not top 5. Aaron Donald, guys such as that. Going to a great city, I say great city. But I think Matthew Stafford, we'll see how he does. I think the Rams got the better end of the deal. Jared Goff and the Lions, they'll never go to the Super Bowl. And lucky if they go to the playoffs.
The way I look at it is, I should say this. Yes, I do think Rams got a better quarterback out of it. Obviously, I've never been a Matthew Stafford fan, but I am interested to see what he does with the Rams. I'll give him that. I do think they'll be better next year, but I feel like the Lions still got the better end of the deal because they got more prospects for the future. They got better picks. So, assuming they draft correctly, and actually get good players, then they got the better end of the deal. If they continue to do what they've always done, then obviously the Rams got the better end. That's how I look at it. Anyway.
Yeah. I don't think either of those quarterbacks have – I don't know. That might be debatable for some people. I don't think they've shown themselves to be completely elite. I mean, Stafford has in some ways. Goff has in some ways. But they're not up there with, the Rodgers or Brady. Obviously, those are more veteran quarterbacks, but they're not even up there with the Mahomes, Watson, ones like that. So, I mean, it's still a big trade. But, yeah, I mean, with how Goff played in the postseason, this last postseason, just coming back from thumb surgery, he showed toughness there. Yeah, that's not like a huge surgery, but still, that's in his hand. He's a quarterback. That's part of his game. And so I see that. But then, I mean, Stafford's shown some of the same toughness. I saw, a clip of, when he got hit and hurt his shoulder. And, he went out there and then, his team called a timeout or whatever. He's like, okay, I can go back on the field. Goes in, throws a touchdown, is like holding his shoulder, walking off the field. He's shown insane toughness too. I think these two quarterbacks are good. Maybe a little bit above average. Like I said, that might be debatable for some, but I'm interested to see what happens. I feel like the Lions get the better. I think the Lions get the better quarterback on that one. I put Goff with how he's been playing lately compared to Stafford.
Megatron, let me change my mind. I actually agree with that. Disregard what I said before. I'm going to use my philosophy. Who's been to the playoffs more times? Who's been to a Super Bowl? Now, that's probably the defense, but still. But understand, like I think I'm going to change my mind on that, especially with the picks. I think Goff was. I think that was the better deal.
I think with how he's been playing lately, because I mean Stafford has been good. I don't know, but then you have the fact that Goff has had better players to throw to. Stafford's made it work, even though it hasn't been great. He's still had good seasons with not as many good of guys. So I mean, there is that. So that does show that he is a good quarterback. But I don't know. I do think that the Rams will have more success from this. But I don't know. We'll see.
I don't think Goff is the answer.
I wouldn't say Goff is the answer. No.
I don't know. I feel like I feel like the Lions are just a pit stop for him. So, I don't think that was. I don't think Lions won the trade in the quarterback situation. But if you all want to say he did, that's up to you. But I don't think they did.
I don't think Stafford was really the quarterback that was really the answer there either.
True.
So,
but
I don't think Goff is completely the answer. I'm not saying they're gonna go to the playoffs or win the Super Bowl. I think they'll do better, but like I said, I think the Rams will have the most success. They've already been going to the playoffs with that quarterback. So I don't know if I see them going Super Bowl, at least this next season, with Stafford, but I can see them doing good, like obviously making it to playoffs and winning a couple games in playoffs. But
yeah, I don't know. That's just my thoughts. I don't see Goff as an upgrade, which it is Goff.
Yeah, I see him as a slight upgrade, but not. I'm not saying that he's a lot better or anything, because like I said, I don't think either of them are super elite, I guess, compared to other quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then we had that trade go down, and then J.J. Watt. Where's J.J. Watt going to go? What team is he going to go to? It's got to be the Packers. It's got to be the Steelers with his brothers. That's the teams that make sense. That's my thoughts. That's what I thought. When I when I think of J.J. Watt wanting to go to a team that is good, I think of him going there.
Like the Chiefs. But no.
Yeah, Chiefs.
Denver.
Okay, not Denver. No, don't get crazy. J.J. Watt, Arizona Cardinals. Actually do want to tell a story. So Marvin posts all the time. If you follow us on Facebook, you may see it. He'll post fake breaking news things. They look real. They look like, oh, this player's going here. He did that. Who was that with? That was going to the Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson,
Jets.
Yeah.
And people thought it was real. I kind of thought it was real. Me and Tony were talking about it, discussing it. Can you believe Deshaun Watson went to the Jets? So fake. He posts that J.J. Watt was going to the Cardinals. I said, source? I checked Facebook right after, scrolling through, like 3 posts down. I see J.J. Watt working out in his Arizona Cardinals shirt, and the caption read, source, me. And that was weird. It was so J.J. Watt himself going to the Cardinals. I don't know if I completely disagree with this though, because they made it to the playoffs. They do look promising. I'm not going to say that, like I said like we were saying with the other one. I don't think this is completely the answer, but I think this will help. They've already got like a pretty good defense there. And this helps. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't know why I picked the Cardinals. Well, for Hopkins, I get that. I really get that. But, he was all about leaving the Texans and go join a contender. He wants to win a ring. But then he goes to the Cardinals. You're not going to win a ring with the Cardinals.
Yeah.
They're still rebuilding. You didn't want to stay with the Texans because they're rebuilding. So you leave the Texans to go to the Cardinals, who are still currently rebuilding. It doesn't make any sense to me, besides Hopkins. But I don't know. It was really weird. Buccaneers would have made more sense.
Think about it. You have J.J. Watt and Chandler Jones.
Yeah,
same side.
There's pros and cons.
I think that's
it's mostly cons.
Why go to the Cardinals? Yeah, it makes no sense. Again, Buccaneers would be really good. Love that. Give Tom Brady another ring.
I didn't say that.
But how big was his deal? Was it pretty big?
2 years.
2 years what?
I don't.
You don't.
I should look.
But I think the Cardinals defense can be really good. J.J. Watt, Chandler Jones. That's my thinking.
35.2 million, I think. Is that right?
35.2.
I think. No, 28 million. Right. So for the sake of argument, let's say 28 million, because there's a lot of numbers here.
But yeah, so I mean, they were doing like pretty good. They've got a pretty good offense there, and I mean, I think it could be kind of like the whole Buck situation with Tom Brady. No, I don't think J.J. Watt's on that level, but I mean, Tom completely changed the mentality of the Bucks being on that team, and still does. They've got a winning mentality. Imagine the defense, how much better the defense is going to play when you realize, oh, we have Tom Brady at quarterback. Imagine how much better they're going to play, or how many other players might want to go to the Cardinals now because, oh, they've got J.J. Watt. I'm hoping he can stay healthy. I hope for the best for the guy. I know I've said that before because he deserves success. He deserves a ring. Super injury prone, but still one of the best out there. So I'm excited to see what he does. I hope Cardinals do good this season, but we'll see. Also, Dak Prescott finally got his deal, a 4-year, $160 million deal.
Waste
Really?
of money. Look at this. Look at this. He's the second highest paid quarterback in the NFL, close to Patrick Mahomes. You know who's worth more than Dak Prescott? Tom Brady. I would put Deshaun Watson above Dak Prescott. I'd put Russell Wilson above Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is not worth $40 million a year.
Somebody,
at all.
I would give a shout out to whoever it is. I might just look it up. Somebody had said on our Facebook page that it's different because of like Mahomes getting his deal. Now quarterbacks are going to be getting paid, that much more. I'll try and find it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, that really does make sense. But like, it is Dak Prescott. What has he done for that franchise? He was great his rookie year.
He was doing good before he got injured.
Yeah, but they might have made wild card if he had stayed healthy. They still weren't going to the Super Bowl. Like, his rookie year, when they went 13-3, the Dallas Cowboys were destined to go to the Super Bowl until they ran into a roadblock in Aaron Rodgers. Since then, the Dallas Cowboys have been in the playoffs at least once, maybe twice, at least once, and they haven't been the same. They've collapsed. And I think it was still the right decision to sign Prescott. But now not for that much, because you still need to get him weapons. But now that money is going to him instead of weapons. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I was just going to say I found the comments. Derek Wiesman said that he is not worth the money. And after you, Marvin, said agreed, then Sean Clark said, y'all must have not seen how he was playing before he got hurt. And I agree. He was playing really good, and they looked promising. More promising than they have been. And so I think if he can stay healthy. But then Tyler Jenkins said, it's not about worth anyways. It's about a market price. Mahomes' deal raised the market price for QBs. A franchise QB will now be exponentially more expensive than it should be. And I agree. I think Mahomes' deal completely changed it because now all quarterbacks are going to want that much, and all quarterbacks are going to need that much to be a franchise quarterback, really. I guess not all, because, like I saw a post earlier where it's saying, Tom Brady keeps winning Super Bowls, and then it says he takes less money so that he can have a better team around him. And then these, quarterbacks are signing all these deals. And like you said, Marvin, that, then they don't have as much money for weapons. And so then it said like these quarterbacks are like, how's Tom Brady doing it every year or whatever? It's because he takes less money. Like, he's not about the like big deals like this. I don't know. I kind of have mixed feelings about it. I mean, I agree that he's not always the best quarterback, but I think he has the potential to be. I think he's just dealt with different adversity, like, injuries and stuff.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you see him winning the Cowboys a Super Bowl ever?
Oof. I think it would
Right
take
here-
a lot.
So right here, right now, yes or no, do you see him ever winning one? Obviously, that feeling could change, but right here, right now.
I would still say potentially, because a lot can change on like what team he can get around him.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's anytime soon because it doesn't look like it's
Yeah.
going to be. But to say that like never, I don't know, because I mean there's potential there.
Yeah.
They have the good players there, but it's still going to be tough. And so that's why I say I don't put never. I won't say never, but yes, like I said, it would be kind of tough.
Well, after this deal, my feeling is, as of right now, I have been wrong before. Obviously, look at the Buccaneers from last year. I said Brady was trash, and well, we know what happened there. Anyway, as of right now, I do not ever see Dak Prescott winning the Cowboys a Super Bowl. Better yet, I don't see him ever taking them to the Super Bowl. Now, I could be wrong.
This next season now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I said the same thing last year about the Bucs. But right here, right now, I do not see it happen. That's my thought.
They should have. They should have signed him last year. I think they could have saved some money. But I guess you learn to waste your money in football, which this is again Prescott's not worth that. But
agreed.
Whatever.
Agreed.
If you want to waste your money on a quarterback that's not top 3 or top 5, you go right ahead.
I made a joke on the page saying, "Look, the Cowboys are celebrating, like, yay, we signed Prescott to a 4-year deal. Mahomes and the Chiefs, they made a 10-year deal, and that looks good. And I think that's going to be good. I mean, we've already been to the Super Bowl since that deal was signed. Now we didn't win, but hey, at least we went to the Super Bowl. Something the Cowboys ain't going to do for a while."
So yeah, there's a difference. Mahomes is worth it.
Yeah.
But man, now I can see maybe after a Super Bowl or maybe a Super Bowl appearance or maybe doing good in the playoffs, something like that, which as Megatron stated, like that could have happened. Maybe if he remained, he was looking good at the beginning of the season, but that didn't happen. And so how do you know that? How do you know that this season is not going to be a 5-11, 6-10, or well, maybe 5-12 again? But how do you know that? But no. To me, he has not proven anything. Just waste money.
If he has been if he had been playing the same way he did his rookie year, then I'd say yes, it was worth it. But since his rookie season, he hasn't been that great in my opinion. Not bad, but just not worth the amount he was just paid.
Yeah. Like I said, before he got injured, he was playing good. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes the next season. And then real quick, before we move on to MLB, one more quarterback discussion. Doesn't have to be very long, but Alex Smith released from Washington Redskins, comeback player of the year, obviously for Chiefs fans. One of the favorite quarterbacks that we had over the past few years, and I mean not always because of skill, but just how good of a guy he is. Being pushed around from different teams, having younger guys come up behind him, and kind of the same thing happened here a little bit, but mainly due to the injury. Helping lead the team to the playoffs, even though they had a bad record, but it was said that it was a mutual decision for him to leave the team. I know he voiced some opinions on the team and how he felt during his comeback from his injury. What do you guys think will happen with him? Should he retire? Should he find a new team? And also, what do you think about the future for the Redskins? I think I called him that earlier. Wow, the Washington Football Club. That's still a weird thing for me. But yeah, with Heineke, I mean, looking good in the playoffs, almost beating the Bucks, the Super Bowl champion Bucks, playing really good. What do you guys think about both of those?
I'm kind of 50-50 on if Alex Smith should continue playing, because I believe this will be year 17, I want to say. So he's been in the league a while. Aside from the injuries, there's people talking that he should go back to the Chiefs, and I'm like, I would love for him to be the backup quarterback again. I mean, be with us again. And the reason I'd be okay with him being with us as a backup is because of his injury. But if he's going to keep playing, I think he should go to a team where he's going to be the starter. I'm not sure what team that'd be. Tony was saying a few days ago he should go to the Broncos. And quite honestly, I'm okay with that, because I want to see, even if it's just one game, I want to see if this is ever possible, I want to see Patrick Mahomes play against Alex Smith. The master versus the apprentice. Even though the rules are kind of reversed nowadays, but you get my point. So I'd be okay if he went to the Broncos, but I'm kind of 50-50 if he does continue playing. I didn't know that the feeling was mutual about him leaving Washington, but I don't know. I think that was kind of wrong of Washington to do what they did during his comeback, but I understand because of his injury. So, Washington's not exactly the greatest franchise anyway, but I don't know. I'm just kind of 50-50 on what Smith does.
Yeah. He said that the team, or that Washington didn't want me to be on the team in 2020 is a statement that he had said. And so, when you have a team like that, then obviously, you're trying to come back from injury. You're trying to do all that rehab process to get back on the team, and to go back to a team that doesn't want you on there.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to stay either. So, yeah. What about you, Tony? Oh, sorry.
I was going to say that it's kind of crazy that they said that, because they were actually winning when he was on the field.
Yeah.
Yes, just my thoughts on Smith. I'd like to see him start, especially for the Broncos. Anybody but Locke, but with the let's just let me say something about the Washington football team. Start Heineke. Start him. I think he is. I don't want to say franchise quarterback. He's played one game, but I think that can be that can be a good start. Or I guess one game last year, and so I think they should push for him as for Smith. I think what did you say? 17 years or 17th year? Let him play for 1 more 2 years. See what he can do. And I agree. If he were to go back to the Chiefs, that would be awesome. I think that'd be really cool. But if he's going to play on another team, let him start. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd like to see him come back and play 1 more season and retire. If he did go back to the Chiefs, I hope he retires as a Chief. Even if he goes to another team, then I think it would be cool if he did the whole 1-day contract thing that we had, some of our players do, and have him retire with the Chiefs.
I saw a stat the other day about, there was only a few quarterbacks that beat every team in the NFL. Alex Smith, there's only one team that Alex Smith has not beaten at the Chiefs. Thought that was an interesting stat.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, I definitely hope for the best for him, no matter what he decides to do. But yeah, looking forward to NFL season, seeing how things go down, how things progress from there. Obviously, we'll keep you guys updated on that. And then finally, MLB. Overall, fans are back. MLB is back. We've had a lot of big deals go down over, the off season. One of those being Fernando Tatis Jr. signing a 14-year deal with the Padres. That is insane. What are you guys looking forward to for this season, aside from just Royals or anything like that, specific teams, just the season as a whole? What do you guys think about it?
Tony?
Fans.
Mm-hmm.
Fans. That is one thing that I want. I want to go back. I want to go to a baseball game. I want to go watch a Kansas City Royals game at Kauffman. I just want to, I want to do. But that's something that I want to get back to. I think that's my main thing. I'm also looking forward to see the Royals. There was a couple additions, right? I mean, we got Wade Davis back, Gerard Dyson, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think you got Holland back. I think that was last year, but still, you're getting them back the old team together, man. Now you just need some Moose and Hosmer. But I'm excited to see what the Royals will do. 500 is probably the peak this year. But I'm excited for also the Dodgers. That's my number 2 team. I'm ready for the Dodgers to go back and win the World Series. And let me comment on this. I hope the Astros go 0-162. Can't stand them. But let's go Royals.
Yep. Recent years, pretty much since I say 2016-17, I've kind of fallen off on the Royals. Just haven't paid attention to them that much. I don't know why. I just kind of haven't. But this year, I'm really excited to watch them again. I don't know why, but I'm really excited. I think we have a bright future ahead of us. I don't know if we'll make 500 this year because, y'all had them going to playoffs last year, and I said no, and I was right. But this year, see, last year I wanted to be right. This year I want to be wrong. So prove me wrong, Royals. But anyway, I am looking forward to watching baseball this year for all the reasons you said, Tony. I'm excited to see what the Royals do, regardless if they make 500 or not. We're still rebuilding, so I'm just excited to see what we do. And the Padres, they're a team I'm interested to see what they can do. They got some interesting players this offseason. They made some interesting moves. The Dodgers, too. I'm interested to see what they're going to do. See if they could repeat, which I doubt. Well, I don't know. I feel like the Padres might give the Dodgers some trouble, but I could be wrong. And I'm just I'm excited for baseball. I haven't been excited for baseball in a few years, so it feels weird, but I'm happy to be excited about baseball for a change. And I want to go to a game too. I miss baseball.
Yeah. I mean, Royals right now in spring training are 7-3 after today. I know it's just spring training, but they look to be off to a really good start. Team's working really good together. Obviously, like we're talking about, I mean, they're getting the team back together. Dyson even said that, he's glad to be back home, when he signed the deal. And then you have, I mean, these young guys. We've always done a great job with bringing up in the farm system. Some of these young guys. You saw Witt with that. Oh, what was it? 400 and
Witt Jr.
Yeah, Witt Jr. with a 484-foot home run. And he's a prospect, so he's not even completely up there yet. But I mean, we've got some good guys. I'm really looking forward to looking at the lineup. I think we've got a good team. I'm hoping we can make another good playoff push pretty soon. But I think it was Duffy that said that he really liked how well the team was working together. And I believe it was Duffy, right, that took number 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm asking Ventura's family if he could take that. And I thought that was really cool, especially, I mean, I know repeating it, but like getting the team back together, these guys that know each other, that were around each other, especially during times like that, losing Ventura, being able to come together now and hopefully get something going, getting speed back on the team with Dyson, getting some of our closers back, getting our pitching back where it needs to be. Like I said, 7-3, most wins in spring training. Again, just spring training, just, trying to see what guys can do right now, but I'm really looking forward to it. I think we can make something happen pretty soon, hopefully this season.
I miss watching playoff baseball. It was so much fun.
Yeah, and like you said, fans are back, and being able to watch a longer season this season. It was pretty cool to have a short season because, I mean, they had to make every every inning count. But it's nice to get back to the longer season.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to it. All these sports being back, it's nice. Being back on this podcast is really nice. Being able to talk to you guys, being able to talk to the fans about sports, and just being back in the swing of things. All right, so coming up, the Royals, again, continuing spring training. NBA is starting the next half of their season. So we'll keep you updated on all of that. We hope to, keep bringing you guys content, doing what we love. So thank you to Marvin and Tony for your comments. Thank you to the fans for supporting and listening. You can check us out on YouTube, Facebook, and most streaming apps. And also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. This has been another KC Sports Memes podcast.